Gospel Stories, Book of Isaiah.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Our story begins over 700 years before the birth of Jesus, in a land filled with kings, prophets, and a people who had lost their way. This is the story of Isaiah, a man chosen by God to deliver a powerful message of warning, justice, and hope. Isaiah lived in the kingdom of Judah, a place blessed with wealth and power, but plagued by corruption and injustice. Kings ruled from their thrones, priests led religious ceremonies, and the people continued their daily lives. But something was terribly wrong. Greed had taken over, the poor were being ignored, and the people had turned their backs on God. One day, Isaiah had a vision, an encounter so powerful that it changed his life forever. He saw the Lord himself seated on a throne, surrounded by angels who called out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of His glory." Overwhelmed by the sight, Isaiah fell to his knees. "Woe to me," he cried. "I am a man of unclean lips, living among a people of unclean lips." Then one of the angels took a burning coal from the altar and touched Isaiah's lips. "Your guilt is taken away, and your sin is atoned for," the angel said. At that moment, Isaiah knew he had been chosen. When God asked, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" Isaiah answered without hesitation, "Here am I. Send me." And so, Isaiah became God's messenger. His mission? To warn the people of Judah that their sins would lead to disaster. If they did not turn back to God, their enemies, the mighty Babylonians, would come and destroy everything they held dear. But Isaiah's message was not just one of judgment. Even in the darkest warnings, there was a promise of hope. He spoke of a future king, a Savior who would come to bring peace and healing. "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given," he proclaimed, "and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." The people did not listen. The kings refused to change. And just as Isaiah had warned, the Babylonians arrived. They destroyed Jerusalem, tore down the temple, and took the people into exile. But Isaiah's words did not end in despair. He promised that one day God would bring His people back. He spoke of a servant who would suffer, who would take the punishment of others upon Himself. He was pierced for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on Him, and by His wounds we are healed. Centuries passed, and then, one day, in a small town called Bethlehem, a baby was born, a child wrapped in cloth, lying in a manger. The Savior Isaiah had spoken of had come at last. Isaiah's words live on, reminding us of the power of faith, the danger of turning away from what is right, and the incredible promise of redemption. His story is one of warning, yes, but also of love, a love that never gives up, and a God who always keeps His promises. And so, the message of Isaiah remains, calling us to justice, to mercy, and to a hope that never fades.